Well, here I am. I am at Newgrange, the Neolithic site in Ireland, outside of the community of Drogheda, which is where I'm staying. I'm staying in the town of Drogheda, which is not that far from here. It's about a 2.5 hour walk, so you don't really want to walk it. And I got here because I took an Uber taxi, which cost 20 euro. But other than that, I would have had to take a taxi at some point anyway, because this is Saturday, and according to Google Maps, there weren't any buses running out to this location. So instead of being able to catch a bus, I just jumped in an Uber, and out here they're taxis. So you go through the Uber app, but it's a taxi Uber that comes. So if you're not familiar with that, anyway. Right near here is a river, and this river runs to the ocean, to the sea, to the Atlantic. And the people that lived here at some point in time built this structure that's now called Newgrange. So let me take you up here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the river Boinne, which runs for 110 kilometers from the northern part of County Kildare until it reaches the sea east of Drogheda. The river and the land around it have been rich in mythological and sacred significance for thousands of years. This area is known as Bruna Boinne, the Palace of the Boinne. So this is where Newgrange, the site, is, and this is the river that's below us, right down there. I don't know if you can hear it, can't really see it. There's a little bit of it, and you can see way over there a little bit more. So what I was told, and I did not check the accuracy of the statement, I'll find later today, is that this site, Newgrange, is supposed to be a couple thousand years predating Stonehenge. So we shall find out. Let's see. Look through this frame at a landscape that has been farmed for over 6,000 years. So here's the frame. There's the farm. Can you see the cows in the distance? Can't really zoom. Let's see. So I can't really zoom with the camera. I don't know why. Maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. But I'm going to end this now so I can save battery power for the site itself. And this should be a remarkable day. I'm really looking forward to it. So stick around and let me know what you think about this place. If you've been here, if you'd like to come here, let me know. So the visitor center isn't open yet. I have to wait till 9 o'clock, and it's about 8:37 right now. So I have a little bit of time. I wanted to come here a couple of weeks ago when I was in Dublin, but it was sold out and I wasn't able to get a ticket. And when you buy a ticket, you buy a ticket for a certain day and a certain time, and you have to be there at that time. And you come here to the visitor center, and then a shuttle bus takes you to the location of the site. So it's going to be, I'm looking forward to an amazing day at this incredible place. I noticed something here. Everything is circular. You see that? How that structure is circular, and then you come over here and you see behind me, you see that structure is circular. That's because the site itself is also circular. And I don't know what it is. I don't think anybody really knows. I guess they did find some bones inside of it. So calling it a tomb, I think, is archaeologists always is their, it seems to me, their first, like their go-to. You know, if they find some ancient site, then they say, oh, well, it was a burial tomb. It was a temple. A temple or a tomb, a temple or a tomb. And they don't really understand fully what it was. Like Stonehenge, nobody knows what it really was. So it's probably the same for this place. Is nobody really knows why it was built. They don't really have a clue as to that. Maybe they have some inclination. But I doubt that these things were just big giant tombs. It just doesn't make sense. Most people bury the dead because it's easier to bury the dead than it is to build a giant structure just for like one person. So anyway, we'll find out more in a while. All right, so I'm gonna take this bridge. As you can see, this bridge goes across the river Boinne. And so, again, this river is, to the ancient people here, was, I guess, had a lot of mystical meaning behind it, and I don't know what that is yet. I will learn. The River Boinne flows to the Atlantic Ocean, past Drogheda. And so this river was used for all sorts of things, commerce, and for the people that lived around here as a source of water, and apparently had a mystical meaning, and I don't know what that meaning is yet. I suppose we'll discover that. This is the bridge coming from the visitor center there and going to pick up the bus shuttle over here, and then the shuttle will take me to the Newgrange site. So I'm looking forward to that. Check this out. This is a beautiful place. The Irish countryside in itself is beautiful. So green, and the weather has been perfect. Hey little bird. What's up, little guy? Just hopping around? You're not too worried about me much, are you? Anyway. These are tall. What is this? Anybody know what this plant is? It's pretty tall. It's going to be fascinating, I think, to see Newgrange site and learn more about its folklore and its history, and about the people who lived here and built it. Let's see how much is actually known about them. Get over to the bus. I gave myself time. A little bit of a walk. What's this? So, there are lots of amazing historical sites in Europe, Ireland, England, everywhere. And these sites that are associated with this mystical, magical folklore and history and all that, to me, that holds a special appeal. Because I think, in a sense, the landscape itself and the structures give sort of a credence to that. It's like you just look at the way they build things, and you look at the landscape, and you just think, it's no wonder that they came up with the things that they came up with. Here's the bus area. Okay, getting on the bus now. Getting ready to head out to the site. just got off the bus. Now we're walking up to the next spot. We'll find out what that is in a minute. So we've just had the tour, and the talk from the guide, and so much information. I'm going to go up on top here, on top of this structure. This is Knowth. This is not Newgrange, and we'll be going to Newgrange in a little while. Or this is not Knowth, it's Knowth. Anyway, it's incredible, the astronomical information that was found on this site, even to the construction of a 365 day calendar. Alignments with the solstice and the equinox. Some of the same kind of thing you find in Stonehenge and other places around the world. Let's take a look at this. Incredible structures. Apparently this whole place was covered in these mounds, were buried, and they actually dug them up. So that's moving a lot of ground. You see the river in the distance over there. Lines in here. Apparently, villages were also dug up in the surrounding areas. And similar structures are on the Irish west coast in Sligo. So one of the things that the guide mentioned was that the people that constructed these, they traced their DNA back to the area of Anatolia in Turkey, and Sardinia. And I asked him if there were similar structures like this in those areas, and he said there are. So, but apparently not as developed as the ones here. So I'm gonna go take a look at more of the structures here and get some of the imagery from the stones where they carved information. And one thing I find really interesting is that everything is circular. The structures are circular. A lot of their carvings are concentric circles. So there's a lot of curvilinear lines and circular forms. And I imagine that there has to be some significance to that. And I asked, but he didn't know of the significance. But people don't make decisions. They don't just go, oh, let's just make them circular. They had a reason for it. They had a purpose behind it. So let's go take a look at these and get some good visuals so you can enjoy them. So this was a later structure. I think he said this was a 15th century building that was built on this site, and that they just would grab the stones that were here and use them. And you can see the circular pattern there. It's kind of hard to decipher, but take a look at the carvings. You can see these spirals. There's a lot of spirals and circles. Oh, here's an entrance. Let's see if we can see inside. He also said that where you see this ledge right here that's come out, this ledge and these stones were put in order to make sure that the structure didn't come tumbling down, but everything else was as it is. There you see the spiral again. Here's one that doesn't have a roof on it. So look, you see the circles, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 circles showing there. Why 16? So this one is the one where he pointed out. You see all these lines. Those, is that the one? Oh, wait a second. Yeah, and there's a circle on it too. These are the ones where they were counting the ups and downs of the lines, and there's sort of like snake-like lines, and they were able to calculate how they constructed the calendar. Another tour. So I'm going to go over here and see this. See if we can get a better look. this one doesn't have a roof on it, but you can see the concrete structures inside, and they put those there to mark spots where there had been such things originally, because they found the markers where they were at. So they marked them with these stones. So look at this one. And you can see inside they got the marker stones in there too. And they reinforced it with brick along the edges. I want you to take a look at these more circular. Oh, this might have been the one where he was counting with the calendar with the ups and downs of this of the snake, not the other stone. I think it might have been this one. You can see the again, more circles. They had a thing for circles. Why circles? Why circles? Why is this structure built in circles? Why is Newgrange built in a circle? Why is Stonehenge built in a circle? Why is Woodhenge built in a circle? Why circles? So here's another one that doesn't have a roof on it. He said they got these large stones. I think he said 35 kilometers. And then the white ones were also brought from a far distance. The quartz, I think he said it's quartz. And it was believed that the white quartz was originally up along the top and fell at one point. Or another idea was that they were on the ground purposefully, and so they left them on the ground because they didn't know. But at Newgrange they have them up on top, and he said when the sun hits it, it turns an orange color and is bright and reflective, which makes a lot of sense that they would do something like that. Look inside there. Stones laid out even like at Stonehenge, the way that they're set up. More circles, more snakes, circles. Not snakes, but curvilinear lines, I should say. Curvilinear lines. Circles, concentric circles, spirals. Now surely they knew how to draw more shapes than that, but they were anatomically modern humans. They're just like us. They're just as smart as we are. There's another one without a roof. So why build such a massive mound with only a little bit open? Of course, their theory is, like I said, that they were tombs because they found bones of people here. Definitely a sacred site with astronomy built into it. Astronomy built into the site like astronomy built into Stonehenge and other locations around the world. Astronomy played a massive part in ancient history of man, and they knew things and they did things that we don't know, that we don't do. A completely different force, completely different driving reason for the things that they did versus the things that we do. So now I gotta get over to the other side because otherwise I'll miss the bus going to the next location. So gotta get over there. That's 10 minutes, should be plenty of time. But fascinating nonetheless. Like I said, their focus for their culture is completely different than what we focus on in ours. Their focus is on solstices and equinoxes and stars and planets, the movement of the heavenly bodies, like what's evident in the pyramid, Stonehenge, Göbekli Tepe, the Aztec pyramids, the pyramids in all around the world, Asia, all around the world. There's a shared technology and a shared sort of idea about how things are and how things should be. Okay. And the video's in there? Okay, great. Thank you.